Hello, all my crafty people out there. It is time for our weekly project. If you haven't been here before, my name is Stephanie and I upcycle clothing. Generally things I find at my local thrift stores, sometimes estate sales, and occasionally some eBay. This week is no exception. It is a thrift store find, and yes, it's another sheet, just like last week. Wore this to work today. Very comfy, loving the pockets. Anyway, but this sheet I've been saving for one reason. It has this beautiful blue border. Of course, this would be up by the pillows. And I've been wanting to use it, but all of my dresses have a curve for the hem. And I didn't want to cut into that. I wanted this to be the hem. So I found a pattern that's going to do that. It is Simplicity S8640. Looks like this. It has a sleeve option and a sleeveless option. It's a fairly simple pattern. There's not anything super complex about the sewing of it. And it has a dress and what they're calling a tunic. Well, needless to say, the tunic is the right length for me, a dress. So we're going to be making the tunic. And again, I'm going to be making sleeveless, but the sleeves, if you wanted to add that, is just one more piece. Anyway, if y'all want to follow along, by all means do. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Don't forget to hype, and I will catch you at the table. Okay, all my crafty people, this is what we're working with this week. This beautiful sheet. It's not a fancy sheet. I think it's a Walmart brand. I just like the design, the circles and the polka dots, and this blue border. This is the one I've been wanting to use for a long time, but like I said, it's been hard to find a dress that was flat at the hemline. This is flat at the hemline because of this little, I don't know what you'd call it. It's not a pleat, but that piece, that opening on the sides, is going to give us the ability to use a flat hem and make this super cute, I hope. So, just like last time, this is a lot of fabric. So let me sort out how much you're going to see of it as I'm cutting out the pattern. There's actually not too terribly many pieces, and I think it's a fairly simple pattern. The main thing you're worried about is the two seams that join the front, seam in the front and the seam in the back. And of course, your side seams and everything, but those are your primary seams that come into play. And we will be making the pockets as well. I am again doing the sleeveless, and I'm doing the tunic because it's shorter, and so am I. Okay. I've got all my pattern pieces pinned on. I cut the sheet in half because it's bulky. But with a queen sheet, I could fold it in half and fit it on my table. So it worked out. I folded it at the bottom as I put the pattern pieces on. I ran into one snag. It was not wide enough to accommodate the two hem pieces, the bottom pieces, by about 4 inches. I was mad. I was upset. So I figured out I'm just going to release the seams, the hems on the side. Voila, 4 inches. So we are good to go. All my pieces are pinned on. Like I said, they're rolled down here. And I'm going to cut them out, and then we're going to start assembling. I've already cut out like the lining pieces for the armholes and the neckline. And there's a lining piece for the pocket. So I am so excited that it fit. So excited. Okay, here I am cutting out the pattern pieces. And again, it is kind of difficult to fit it on the table. So rolling it at the end really helped. I rolled it as I put the pattern pieces on, and then I rolled it out as I got them cut. But, you do what you got to do. Okay, what we're going to be starting with is the pockets. There's 2 of them, and the lining is a little smaller than the pocket because we're going to be gathering between these 2 notches. And they do put the 2 notches on here too, kind of as a reference point. So we're going to go ahead and mark those. I don't cut them usually because, like I said, I tend to serge off a lot of notches, so I've stopped using the notches and I just mark them instead, and that seems to be just as efficient, just to give me a reference point as to where I need to line these up. And this white that I'm using as the lining for the pockets, guess what? Yep, we're still using the skirt lining from that white eyelet top. And I think this might have finished it off between the, sorry y'all, I'm not sure what's going on. Between the lining of the facings and then the lining of the pocket, we probably have polished it off. I'm going to gather the bottom of this pocket between these two little notches, or dots as I've drawn. And what that will entail is our usual gathering process. I'm going to run 2 lines of stitching with long strands at each end that I can pull. The measurement of the stitch will be 4 millimeter, and I'll probably do 2 different colors. Makes it easier when I pull that thread out. Okay, after I did the gathering stitch, I used the bobbin thread to just pull it until I got a nice little gather where I needed it in between those notches. And then I placed them right sides together with the lining piece, making sure that the notches were matched and the gathers were spread out properly. Okay, now that I've got the gathers done at the bottom of the pocket and I've got the pockets pinned right sides together, well, it doesn't really matter for the white, but right sides together so you see the wrong side of the pocket. We're going to go over and we're going to sew around the edge, but we're going to leave an opening so we can turn them out. So they're going to be completely encased, all of the seams, which is great. Again, we're going to sew all the way around and leave a little, probably about 2.5 inch wide. Doesn't have to be very big because it's a small pocket. Okay, I have sewn around the edges. Not that you can see, it's all white thread. But what we're going to do is we're just going to clip the corners, just like we would with anything else we want to turn. Get them as close as you can to the stitching. That'll give you a sharp corner, or as sharp as you can get. A little bit more. There we go. And this corner. Once you clip all your corners, you're just going to turn it right side out, just like a, I don't know, like a pillow. So let me clip all my corners and make a mess. I left an opening on the side per the instructions. I don't know, sometimes I wing it. And then we're going to turn it from the hole. Okay, here I am turning them right side out. And I'm actually using a crochet needle, but a chopstick will work well, and just about anything pointy like a pencil. Okay, these are not real pocketed, button pockets. They've got the little buttons on the front for decoration. So I went ahead and sewed the buttons on, and I sewed them with a blue thread because I thought that was neat. I like it. You can sew it any way you want. Now we got to place them on the bottom half of the front before we put everything together. Otherwise we'll be making a mess of things. So here is where my pocket goes, and it's these 2 dots that we're trying to line up. So I'm just going to fold my pattern over like this. Make sure I've still got it straight and lined up as far as the sides go. I'm just folding it till I get to those dots. That is my objective. Okay. Now we've got the dots exposed. We're going to just do the dots. You don't have to do this. You can place your pocket anywhere you want. But if you want to make it simpler, this is the best way for me. And then I just roll this up, and I can see the dots again right here. They already went through. Right there. So now all my dots are placed and I'm ready to put my pockets on. And once I sew my pockets on, then we can get to seaming the rest of the dress. And now we just need to place our pockets on and go and sew them down. Now I did not worry about slip stitching the closing the little hole we used to turn them out, because I'm going to go right over it this way anyway. So no need to do that. Just kind of position your pockets. Those dots are straight. You're pretty straight. I think it goes at a little bit of an angle, which is fine. That's not a problem. Just got to make sure. Now you could trace the rest of the line if you wanted to. That's up to you. I think I can eyeball it from here and make sure they're placed properly. I'm going to pull them apart a little so we can see them. Yeah. All right, I'm going to pin them down, go sew around the edge. And it did ask us to put a 1-inch seam across the top here, which you could do. I just didn't feel like I needed to, and it wasn't catching anything. So, I don't know. It's decorative, I guess. I didn't need it. I'm just sewing the pockets around the edge. I'm using the foot as a gauge, and it's probably close to maybe a 1/4 inch seam, almost like a top stitch around the edge. And at the ends, I make sure I double stitch to make sure they're secure. So we're going to go over, make sure I got the right one that goes to the right one. We're going to go over and sew this seam on both of the top and the bottom pieces of the front. And then we'll serge and seam the middle seam all the way down. And then we will start on the back. And the back is just one seam down the back. Once we've got all of those seams done, the only thing we're really concerned with at that point is our necklines. I have the linings here for the armholes and the necklines. I just need to sew them together. The armholes at least. Well, yeah, both armholes and the neckline get sewn together at some point. So I've got to sew those together. And then we'll assemble that part. But first, we're going to go and run a seam down both of these angled pieces of the front. And then we're going to sew the center. Here I am just sewing those two front angled pieces together. I would recommend using at least one of the notches to line them up. Okay, we have sewn the top and the bottom in the front. And the directions are real simple. You're going to sew the two angled pieces from the top, and then you sew the middle. And when I sewed the angled pieces, originally I was going to split open the seams, but instead I went ahead and went with the directions and forced them up towards the bodice. Let's see if I can show y'all from the wrong side. See how I forced these seams up towards the bodice, and then I top stitched them on the other side so I could see what I was doing. And then the middle seam, it also wanted me to push it to the right, but I went ahead and opened it and top stitched it down on each side. All right, this is the back. All we need to do is sew the center seam down the back, and then we will turn around and start on our armholes and our neckline. First we'll do the neckline, then we'll sew up the side seam and do our armholes. Okay, I've sewn the shoulder seams together here, so now I'm applying the neck facing, the neck facing. I'm just pinning it at the seams first, and then just making sure it fits. And it did. It fit really well, so the pattern was good for that. What are you doing? Huh? Oh, no, not that. Okay, here I am sewing in the neck. And after I've sewn it, actually at this point, I'm sewing the 1-inch top stitch all the way around the top, just to make sure it's nice and secure. And it looks good too. Okay, I have put the neck in, put the facing for the neck in, sewn the 1-inch seam around to top stitch it down. I did understitch this one, because this the interfacing was kind of thick, and I just gave it the little extra security. You don't have to do that. It all depends on your fabric and what you're comfortable with. I went ahead and put the shoulders in, and I did my typical where I serged the edges, seamed it, and then opened up the seam and stitched down the seam. I like that look. I don't know. You don't have to do that either. I do top stitch a lot. The ends where these two front pieces meet are kind of wonky. This was not me. This is the way the pattern laid. But that's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to serge down both of these raw edge sides anyway before I put them together. And I will just take that off and taper it on both sides so it's nice and curved, and it'll go with the side it's supposed to be sewn to, the back side. So serge all 4 raw edges, then sew these right sides together, not wrong sides together, the front and the back. And then once we're done with that, we got the armholes to put in. After the armholes, the only thing we have left is this funky little hem. And we don't have to hem the whole dress. We just have to put something. We have to kind of hem this little, I don't know what you call it. Anyway, this cutout around the edge. Now, there's a couple ways we can do it. We could do it with bias tape. What I think I might do is just serge it and then turn it under like a regular hem. I think that'll be fine. But at this point, side seams, armholes. Let's go get that done first. Okay, here I am sewing the side seam, and one of the side seams. And when I sew the side seams, I always start at the hem, because the hem, especially this one that's already there and made for you, you cannot fix. But the top where the armhole is, you can fix that. And then here I am doing that 1-inch top stitch around the armholes that I put in. I put the facing in, and then I'm doing the top stitch, and it just makes it look really nice, and it also secures it and keeps it in place. Okay, I have the armholes in. Everything is sewn up. The only thing we have left is these funky little curves at the hemline that make it kind of stand out. I went ahead and I just serged this entire arch, and I'm going to turn it under, because what they suggest is like a double turn, but they're also doing that at the same time they're hemming it. We're not hemming it, so we don't have to worry about that process. So I'm going to turn my serger thread under here, and I am just going to turn the serger thread, the serger line under and sew down, and we are going to be done, and I'm going to try it on. I got high hopes for this one. It's really cute. We'll see you at the reveal. Okay, everybody. What you think? I'm pretty jazzed. It's exactly what I wanted it to do. The blue hem, the pockets, the top. I really like the way it fits. And this angle is really cool. This could be done with a lot of fabrics, but don't do like plaid or directional, because you'll make yourself crazy trying to get this right. But this sheet was perfect, and I have half a sheet left over for other things, so pretty excited. And of course, we got some pockets. So if y'all had a good time, by all means, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Don't forget to hype, and I will catch you on the flip side of our next project.